G'day guys, this is Tyr and welcome back to another Fallout 76 Wastelanders video. Today we're going to be checking out the elusive Gauss shotgun. That's right, I finally unlocked this the other day and I was so excited. The grind was fucking insane. Okay, I have been crafting these non-stop trying to get a bloodied variant and I finally got one. It's a bloodied crippling limb damage 2-star variant. But before we get into any of that, first I have to share information about the weapon itself and how to acquire it. Firstly, it is a fucking huge grind. You will be spending weeks, maybe a month, grinding to get this weapon, because you do in fact have to get your reputation with the settlers up to ally status to acquire this, which is no easy task. That's only the first requirement though. The second is that you'll have to finish the game's main mission. I'll say it here for the probably 6th time, I don't know, it doesn't matter who you side with. Okay everyone, it doesn't matter. But you do have to finish the game to be able to purchase items from Samuel here in Foundation. And I'll repeat it again, you need to become an ally with the settlers in Foundation. So yeah, those are the two prerequisites. So now that that's all cleared up, you can then talk to Samuel and purchase the Gauss shotgun plan itself for 500 gold bullion. Crazy that this amazing weapon is way cheaper than the fucking shit excuse of an item called the water well. Anyways, the shotgun's plans range from 50 to 200 gold bullion each. But similar to my Gauss minigun guide, I will only show the best modifications to buy so that you do not waste your bullion or time watching this video. Let's kick this off with the receiver. Buy the prime one for the most damage gain and for the ability to be incredibly ammo efficient, because we all know that crafting regular 2mm electromagnetic cartridges does not yield too much ammo. But the ultrasight 2mm version is incredibly high yield when you're crafting. As you just saw on screen, with Ammo Smith on, you can craft 108 rounds of 2mm cartridges easy in a single pull when it is prime. Meanwhile, the regular ammo only gives you 27 rounds per pull. So it's clear which is better from a damage and ammo efficiency point of view. But obviously, if crafting prime ultrasight ammo isn't available for you or you just don't have the materials necessary to sustain this type of play, then just use the hardened receiver. It's just as good, you only miss out on a certain little bit of damage. I'm sure you can make that work. Next, let's go over the magazine. Either pick up the drum mag or the perforating mag. Personally, I choose the drum mag, because having 12 rounds in my magazine is just better peace of mind than having only 8 rounds. And since we are dealing such massive damage numbers, the tiny bit of armor penetration that the perforating mag offers per bullet really isn't that great. But hey, that bit's just up to personal preference. Next up is the stock. This isn't really that big of a deal. The aligned stock seems to give the biggest bonus to accuracy, so just pick that one up. Next, the barrel. Definitely pick up the extended barrel, not the shielded one, as the extended gives better stats overall and more range, which is sorely needed for a shotgun. Now finally, the scope. It comes with the reflex sight by default, but this shotgun can be used as a sniper with short to mid-range gameplay, maybe even edge onto long-range gameplay because of its inherent explosive effects. So the short scope might be worth it for you. Personally, I don't use it, but hey, like I said, that's all up to you. Now that we have gone over all of the mods that I think are the best for this Gauss shotgun, let me repeat. Prime receiver, or hardened receiver if you can't sustain the ultrasight ammo, aligned stock, extended barrel, extended magazine, and the reflex sight. Now let's go over how it actually works in game. In short, it's amazing. It does so much damage. On my shotgun build, it can reach 3100 damage when I get adrenaline stacking. It's amazing. My bloodied explosive combat shotgun could only ever scratch 1200 damage. This thing does so much damage, and on top of that, the Gauss shotgun has an inherent explosive effect, same with all Gauss weapons now, which is actually way more powerful than the regular explosive effects for legendary weapons, and is also affected by the Demolition Expert perk, so keep that in mind when you're creating a build based around this weapon. And don't worry, I will have my own proper shotgun build in the future. It won't have any of that food build card bullshit, so keep an eye out for that. Also, if you have the Enforcer perk on this bad boy, everything you shoot will get crippled instantly if you don't kill it first anyways. But with this amount of damage, you're more likely to just one-shot everything instead of crippling them. Now another thing that's quite bizarre with this is how it works in VATS. You'll probably notice in the montage footage at the end of the video that it absolutely shreds everything anyways. But when I VATS log onto anything, no matter what the percentage to hit says, it seems to always hit. Even if it's like a 1% or even a 0%. It's quite bizarre, but I'll show that more in depth at the end of the video when I do my usual route. I'll also show how it doesn't seem to work on flying Scorch Beasts, unless they are close to you or grounded. For whatever reason, flying Scorch Beasts are this thing's kryptonite, and it just does no damage to them when they are outside this weapon's effective range. But if you are targeting anything that is already on the ground, and it's also outside of your effective range, it still one-shots it. It's weird. Flying Scorch Beasts outside of the effective range just don't get hit. One last thing that I've noticed with this weapon in VATS is the charging function does not appear to work correctly. If you charge up a shot in VATS, it will most likely miss, and on top of that, it appears to not grant any bonus damage, like the effect states. Just thought I'd share some of these bugs I noticed for you guys. I'd also like to point out that despite there being 28 holes in the barrel, it still only shoots 9 projectiles per shot, just like every other shotgun. I will have a separate video coming out later on in the week where I directly compare the stats of the bloodied crippling Gauss shotgun to the now second best shotgun in the game, the bloodied explosive combat shotgun. So keep an eye out for that comparison in the future. It will be similar to my bloodied faster firearm Gauss minigun versus bloodied faster firearm LMG video. And I guess I've explained everything that needs to be explained, including where to get it, how to achieve the prerequisites for it, the best mods for it, for ammo consumption and damage min-maxing. Now I guess all that is left to do is a little montage of me killing everything in the wasteland. But before we get into that, these are the channel members, and I just want to say I thank each and every one of you for your continued support on the channel. Legends, all of you are fucking legends. And as always, Discord and social media is in the description down below. I've been Tyr, and welcome to Valhalla. Enjoy the montage.